My ex dumped me to get her kitty pounded by sweaty frat guys. Now she's begging for me back. We were high school sweethearts and each other's first. Everything. I thought she was going to be the one. However, she had other plans. After a week of partying in college, she came home and broke up with me. Her reasoning that while she loves me with all of her heart and I am the one she wants to be with forever. And Mary, while she is in college, she does not want to be tied down and needed to be able to have her fun. She even went on to tell me that she wanted to make sure I knew she would always practice safe intimacy for our future together. I begged her not to do this and that under no circumstance would I ever consider this? Okay. She said that over time, I'd understand and to stop being a weak little b-word. She even made me promise to use protection as well. 2 weeks later, she called me and asked me if I stopped acting like an immature brat before I even said anything. She started telling me all about how she got pounded by 4 guys, 2 of which she did. At the same time I broke down when she told me this. She said she did not want to hurt me, so she wouldn't be telling me more about what she does. I told her that I had no desire to talk with her anymore. Period. That I was willing to work on things before she slept with other people. But that was the end of it for me. She said once again that I was being immature and that she would just wait for me to contact her when I was grown up enough to understand that there is a difference between intimacy and love. That was the last time I spoke to her until about 1 month ago when she moved back home and showed up at my house one night, acting like we had been together and not apart for 3 years. She did not expect nor appreciate my reaction to her showing up. I opened the door and there she was with a big smile on her face. She immediately asked to come in and I said I would come outside, which obviously caught her off guard. I asked what she wanted, and she said, and I quote, "Well, that's a hell of a way to greet someone you love too," which I told her that she was delusional and that whatever love I had for her died the day she told me. She had already started having intimacy with other men. She honestly had a very confused look on her face and then said, and I quote again, "Are you still uptight about all of that?" And then said, "I would have thought by now you would grow up about that." I told her that not only was I not over it, that I would never be over it other than to be over it. At which time she proceeds to say to me, "You mean to tell me you are throwing away everything that we are together because of some stupid fiscal issue? I know we love each other and are meant to be together. So how do we fix this?" I was just dumbstruck. How can one person be this stupid? I asked her what I was throwing away. We have not spoken in almost 3 years other than via text, and even then it was her texting me and not me replying. She left very disappointed and it should have been the end of it. But here is the kick in the butt. I have now been inundated by friends, her family and hell, even some of my family wanting to know why I was throwing away someone so special. I ended up telling my family members the truth, and after they heard about it, they quickly recanted and told me to tell her to F off, but to her family, I just said she dumped me years ago and we hadn't been together for almost 3 years. This came as a shock to them as she had been telling them all along that we were still a couple. And even when she was home on breaks, we would tell them we planned on marrying at first. They didn't believe me that we hadn't seen each other in years, and I'm still not sure they do. I told my parents and they suggested that I should just go along with what she says because she's my one true love. My friends are even saying the same. They know the truth and yet they think I'm being weird about all of this. They said when you were young you were supposed to play the field. But if you love someone, you know that in the end you will be together. Am I wrong?